Hello there, it's Sean, and a very warm welcome to the 3K challenge. Just let me do a quick check to see if I am indeed live. If you can hear me loud and clear, drop a clear in the chat. If you're watching this live right now, give me a hashtag live. Watch this live right now. I can hear myself loud and clear. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. Let me know who you are, where you're tuning in from. Are you a setter? Are you a closer? Are you a business owner? Okay. Just give it a couple more seconds for everyone to stream in. See, everyone is here. Victor is live. Elaine is live. Andrea is live. Awesome. So if you are a student of mine, feel free to hop on to my Zoom. It's a free access for you. As for the rest of you watching this in the Facebook group on my YouTube channel, what you're seeing is a free preview of the 3K challenge. And I ran this challenge, the last time was 6 months ago in December. And I thought it was time to do an update and to help more people cross the 3K milestone. How many of you have already crossed the 3K milestone? Carl says, not clear, but I can hear you. How about the rest of you? How's the audio? Greetings, I am Fiona from Malaysia, making a comeback to the remote space. Welcome, welcome. Happy to have you. And yeah, so how many of you have crossed the 3K milestone in your career? There's a 3K per month. And how many of you have crossed the 3K milestone remotely as a closer and a setter? So what do you think is the main difference? Crossing that milestone in your career versus crossing that milestone remotely as a setter or closer. What is the difference for you? What are the challenges that you face? Is working at a job easier for you? And because I have people that tell me, oh, they have closed millions and millions and millions in physical sales. And guess what? The next question they ask me, how do I find an opportunity in remote sales? So in my mind, if you're this, rock star, multi-million closer, you cannot close someone to give you an opportunity. You cannot close. So how does it work? So there must be a gap, right? There must be a gap somewhere that even established salespeople who have years and years of experience in physical sales. Why is it that Carl says the audio is clear? That's wonderful. So there must be a gap somewhere, okay? And in the last time that I ran this challenge, I've addressed several of the gaps, and now I think it's time to do an update. So in your experience, okay, where you are right now, don't care about other people, okay? Don't care about your friends, your peers, whatever. Talk to me about your own journey. What are some of the challenges and obstacles, okay, if you haven't already crossed this milestone, which is consistent 3K months? Because when you cross consistent 3K months, what does it mean? It means that your foundations are dialed, your brand is established, you know how to get opportunities, you are there, like you've crossed the first bridge, and it's a small bridge, but it is the most important bridge. So along that bridge, what are you experiencing? Is it that your mindset is already very strong. You have no problems with beliefs, and you really believe that it is a how problem. You just need steps, like you just need guidance on the steps. Or is it a case of you kind of have enough training on the skills, you have done like sales calls before, and it's more of the belief inside and the confidence to come into this online space and build a career out of this. So is it a skill problem? Is it a belief problem? Okay, share it with me in the comments below, and let's see if I can read it. Carl says, building enough rapport, having enough trust to transition into the business. Okay, so it's rapport, it's trust. Okay, so this one I believe falls under the communication pillar, how you communicate well, how you understand people, and might be a little bit on the confidence aspect as well. I get that a lot when people fail to establish good trust-based communication. So I want you to understand that, yeah, right, Victor, I agree with you, it feels like a belief problem. I want you to understand that it has been done before, and it has been done before many times by myself, by my students. So I want to assure you that it is possible, you can do it. And the last time I ran this challenge, Broderick from the US, he had spectacular results. The first week, 1,002. Second week, 3,000. And then third week, 2,000. Okay, he crossed 7K cash collected in 1 month, in his first month. Okay, and my students have also respectively crossed these milestones before. That is the first milestone that all of us needs to cross. Okay, so I want you to understand that if you look at the end game, I believe a lot of us want multiple 4 or 5 figure months, right? So if that feels like a stretch, okay, I want you to understand that you can break it down. You can break it down, and you can break it down to the point where it can be done. And Elaine is watching live with us. She said, enjoy the journey. Everyone's path is different. Just believe in yourself, get rid of the fear and anxiety. And I will share her story in a while. So she was someone as well. It was a negative 3K, right? A negative 3K, invested a lot in this space. And for her to cross into that positive milestone, okay, I will share her journey in a while. Okay, but right now I want you to understand. I want to start off this training by letting you know that it can be done. And it will be done. Okay, why did I create this challenge? Okay, I believe if you're someone, and put in the chat, #me, if that's you. Okay, if you're someone who's willing to put in the work, okay, like Elaine, okay, she would find time outside of a busy schedule, taking care of her kids, taking care of her family, taking care of her family business. She would find time. She would find time, okay, and sit down and focus. If you're someone like her and you're willing to put in the work, if you're like Coley, if you're like Martine, if you're like Roderick, okay, you're someone who shows up every single day at your best, whether it is a good day, whether it is a bad day, okay, whether you have rejections, objections, whatever that is, at the end of the day, you are able to close yourself. And even if you don't know how, you're someone that says, okay, you know what? I'm going to close myself. I'm going to show up and I'm going to put in my best. Okay, if that is you, put a #me in the chat, because that's why I created this challenge. Okay, because if all you're lacking is just Sean, I'm already here, right? Which you are, and I will give my best. I will make it work. I'm not one of those people who find shortcuts and, I have none of those issues. Like, I'm here, I'm ready to go. I just need guidance. I just need someone to tell me how, don't give me some BS theory that you haven't done before. Don't tell me theory that I already know, right? Don't give me motivation. Don't give me campfire talk. Just show me the steps. Just review my work. Just tell me what to do. Just train me. so I can win. If that is you, give me a hashtag me in the chat, especially all of you watching the replay, which a lot of you will be. Okay, even if you're watching the replay, I want you to comment hashtag me. So I know who you are because I'm looking for you. I created this for you. You know why? Because I believe if you're such a person, like I am, you deserve a chance. We deserve a fighting chance because at least for me, when I did all of this, this was a second chance for me at making a lot of things that I didn't get right. You know, it was my way of making things right. And I don't know if this is a second chance for you, but it was for me. Okay. And I believe that if I was given this chance, but all my friends were, you know, climbing the corporate ladder, buying big car, buying big house, and you will see my story in a while. I had absolutely nothing. So this was my one chance. This was my second chance. And there wasn't really anyone to guide me. So if you're here and you're like, just give me that chance, I will do whatever it takes. This is for you. Okay, and what's the problem that we are here to solve? Okay, I sent an email out yesterday talking about guaranteed placement. Did you guys see it? Okay, there are a lot of things we cannot guarantee. Okay, it's one thing to promise you that I'll put you in this company, and then if they go on vacation, we don't know. If they pause their funnel, we can't prepare for it. If they want to tweak their offer, there's nothing we can do about it. If they want to split the leads between several closers and you get less, there's not much you can do about it. So it's one thing to guarantee the placement. It's very hard to guarantee. In fact, I can't even guarantee if you can consistently deliver KPIs. There's so many things we can't guarantee. And the worst part is we just need one of these variables to happen. And then we are back to waiting and commenting inside Facebook groups, right? And then there's the issue of a one-dimensional closers. And I'm getting a lot of messages, concerns about this guaranteed placement. And then the other thing is I finished the course. I have the theory on how to do a sales call, but I lack the practice. I haven't done enough practice. I haven't done a full live call. I don't really know how to overcome those objections. So I'm a one-dimensional closer because I can't. I'm a closer, but I can't close people to give me opportunities. I'm a closer, but I can't close people to grant me an interview. I'm a closer, but I can't close people to book a sales call with me. All I have is the course that I invested in, and then I'm stuck. Help. Okay, I'm getting a lot of this every day. And a big one. Okay, let me know in the comments if you're experiencing things like this too, as well. A huge one is a lack of belief. Okay, I can understand the kind of fear and overwhelm that when all this hits you at one go, okay, and you'll hear my story in a while, I know what is it like. And I think a big problem is a lot of these companies, when they sell us the dream, they say, hey, come into remote sales and make a shit ton of money. They sell us the dream, but they don't sell us the curve. They don't tell us what the curve is, exactly what you have to go. And I don't know if it's an issue of because they did not close remotely as well. Okay, I can show you who all my influencers are. You can message them, call them up. Okay, I've closed full-time as a career. Every influencer, I stayed at least 1 to 2 years full-time. Almost like it's a job, except that it's not. Okay, so I don't know that they can't teach you the curve because they didn't actually live the full lifestyle of a remote closer. Or they did go through it, but because it's so unsexy to market the curve, then they don't sell you what are the real things that you have to do. So we buy into the dream, and then when it's time to live through the actual thing, we don't know what to do, and then we get stuck, we wait. We get stuck and we wait. We get stuck and we wait. So my intention for creating this challenge is for you to experience the curve. Okay, it's a low risk way for $100. Okay, it's a low risk way for you to experience what doing the actual work is like. So before you spend your thousands and thousands of dollars of your savings, of your money into courses and programs that you don't know what's behind, okay, use this as a low risk test run to experience what is it like to work in front of a computer, to work with your phone daily, texting people, closing them to book calls with you, closing business owners to interview you, getting into their team, onboarding, learning their offers, taking calls, and then see if you like it, right? See if this kind of work in sale that you take calls, you rest, you text people, you rest, you text, and then you rest. You take calls, and then you rest. Is this kind of a pace, it's like a sport, and you need to be an athlete. These are all the real unsexy things that I don't see in those programs in their marketing. Okay, so this is what we are here to solve. Okay, and you really need to get used to this rhythm to know that, okay, we don't actually make money online. We connect buyers to sellers. We connect problems to solutions. Then we get compensated. So if you go through this process, this cycle, then you know, okay, this is for me. I see the game for what it is. I can book calls. I can land interviews. I can filter unqualified companies fast. My brand is intact. I know how to close. I've done it once. I've done it again. I crossed the 3K milestone. Now I can push for 5. I can push for 7. I can push for 10. I can push for 12, because I know how this game is being played. And can you guys share with me in the chat? Elaine says, sometimes we have doubt about ourselves. You can just do it. It's okay to make mistakes. Yeah. By the way, guys, you guys can hop on my Zoom. It's the same link. Okay, because this preview is about to end pretty soon. Okay, so if you want the full training, just hop onto my Zoom. Okay, no charge for my existing students. Okay. Share with me in the chat, how often do you guys receive messages like this? Because I get this like every other minute as a new closer that just got certified, and then they start to text me. And they say, hey, I've been trained by this person, I've been trained by that person. Can I close for you? Hey, you have any opportunities for me? I would really like to close for you because I would really like to work for you. I really want to be your boyfriend because I really want you to be my girlfriend. Okay? There's completely no exchange of value at all. It's just an outright pitch and the first impression. If you have so many years of experience, how is it possible that your first message is this kind of a pitch? And not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just that you've got to understand that there are hundreds of closers that are doing this to everyone every single day. So how is this going to help your brand? And how does this show your skill? And if you haven't crossed the 3K milestone and this is what you're sending daily, how do you expect people to believe in your skills? If you're telling them that if I were to set and close for you, this is how I'm going to sell for you, right? This is really a very negative way to represent yourself. Okay, so I hope that after today, we won't be receiving any more of this. Okay, and here is the game plan for today. In the next hour and a half, okay, then we'll have some time for Q&A, and then those on my Zoom, go ahead and throw all your questions at me. I'll answer everyone's questions before we call it a day. Okay. First, we're going to go through mission 1, and whether you join the rest of this challenge or not, I highly suggest that you do this exercise, okay, as though you paid for it, because this is something that a lot of people avoid, and I don't know why, but it's really important that you have full clarity on your path ahead. I would not have hit my goals in remote closing if I did not sit myself down and ask myself, what do I really want? Okay, and I'm going to share with you my signature 3 grades framework. Okay, then the preview will end, and then we're going to talk about how to land. This is the big question, how to land qualified opportunities. Okay, there are 2 ways that I'm going to teach you. First one is my AAA formula. Okay, then I'm going to build your tracker with you. That's what I want to see in all my students. I always say, pull out your tracker, show me your tracker, show me your numbers. If you're in a sales team, okay, everyone's numbers are fully transparent. Okay, so you've got to get used to it starting right now. And the QQQ method, then we're going to go to mission 3. Okay, we've got to hit our KPIs. Okay, your $3,000 month is not going to fall from the sky. Okay, you have to hit your numbers. Okay, then I'm going to talk to you through what the learning curve actually looks like. I'm going to share with you a couple of bonus methods, and then we're going to call it a day. Okay, Q&A, then we're going to call it a day. So mission number 1. Are you ready? If you're ready, give me a hashtag ready in the chat. Even if you are watching the replay, give me a hashtag ready. So I'm going to share my story with you, and I know some of you might have heard it before, but for those of you who are new, who are here, I want to tell you my story again. And it's not because I want to talk about me. I hope that this story can give you some lessons. I hope that you can see some parallels in your story through mine and learn why I created what I create and why I say the things I say. Because it's one thing to learn theory. It's another thing to understand why. Okay. First, I want to ask you, why are you here? It's a Wednesday morning, or it's a Wednesday night for some of you. You could be on Netflix. You could be going out with your friends. You could be studying someone else's stuff. Why are you watching my stuff? Why are you taking my challenge? Why are you here in the remote space? Do you know why? I'll circle back to that in a while when we complete mission number 1. And I'll tell you my start. These are the actual photos that I took of myself at my lowest. My lowest point. Took my phone and I captured these moments. And I'm glad I did because I can show you today. I had $12 left. 12 Singapore dollars. I spent $10 to buy my microphone. I was left with 2. I have Wi-Fi. I have a computer. I have my phone. I have my room. I have 6 months of supplies. That's all I had. Okay. And because I am still based in Singapore. I work US time zone. Okay. I had to block out all the lights with an opaque curtain. I sleep through the day. I work through the night, where it's morning for a lot of you guys. I clean up my room, I optimize my environment, and with everything I had, okay, the bank sent me a letter and said that, Sean, your account is 0, nothing. So if you still don't put anything inside, we're going to close your account, and that's it. They closed my account because the last $2 you have is underneath my $10 mic right there. That's all I had. Before that, I was a competitive fencer. I ran my own martial arts business, and I had a girlfriend of 2 years. And this was me in my martial arts gym. And by the end of it, completely burnt out. Why? Because I didn't understand sales. I didn't understand marketing. I didn't understand finance. I didn't understand operation. I didn't understand delivery. I didn't understand mindset. So as much as I would want to succeed with my business, I didn't have the qualities. I didn't have the foundation to keep it alive. So the end result, when you don't have the skills, the end result when you don't have the foundation is actually quite predictable. It will all come crashing down sooner or later. And I completely burn out. So with what I had, I say, okay, I've already tried copywriting. I've already tried drop shipping, and it's not working out for me. This is my last chance. Just sell something online. Just do this closing thing and just give it my best shot. So I took what I had, put on my best foot forward, and at this point, I haven't even learned how to close, and I just called myself, okay, I'm the strategic closer. I slapped on a logo, I polished my brand, and I started doing what I'm about to teach you. I landed some good opportunities, some bad opportunities. This was one of my first opportunities, and I worked really hard. And the methods of how I crossed my first 3K month, okay, I'm going to share with you in the rest of the training. But at this point, I crossed my first 3K month. Then I started building my own sales team, more than 20 people, everyone full-time. We traveled the world together. We attended training together. And by the way, this guy here is my wife. Shout out to my beautiful wife, Andrea. We were working together at this point. This was in 2019. We traveled the world, we trained, we learned from the best. And for the first time in my life, I got to see snow. Okay, I live in Singapore, there's never any snow here. It's the first time in my life I saw snow. Okay, and in one of these pictures here, I almost died because it was too cold, but that's a story for another day. So anyways, long story short, I crossed the 5K mark. I crossed the 7K mark. Then I crossed the 9K mark. Then I crossed the 10. Then I crossed the 12. So I'm trying to tell you that if you look at the whole thing as one overnight success, people just want to see this slide and say, oh, how can I have that? You need to have the courage and the patience to break it down. Learn how to book those calls. Go through every phase of the call. Understand every phase of the sales process. Then you book, you close. But it will not happen overnight. And I'm so happy that I got to share the stage and take a photo with Bob Proctor before he passed away a few years after. And guess what? When I finally felt complete with my skills, with my brand, with my income, with my health, with my redemption, okay, I was able to pull out my gear again and say, I'm going to go back to fencing. And I'm so happy that I could still fit in my suit. This was the night I pulled out all my gear and, whoa, I can still fit inside after 5 years, right? It's my family. I can provide for them. I can give everyone I love a good life. And people will say, hey, how do you do it? Why I have to wait in Facebook groups and I have unqualified opportunities. So how do you do it? Okay, I will throw the question back at you, which is what I said in the beginning. Why are we here? Why are you here? You look at my story, and here's the reason why I have to tell you my story. You look at my story, okay? If I was just here to try, I would have lost, right? If I was just here to try to make some money, I wouldn't have gone so far, yes? If I didn't understand why I want to do all these things, what truly motivates me? Why do I enjoy learning all these things? If I don't understand myself, I will lose. If you don't understand yourself, you will lose to yourself. I hope that from my story, it is clear that you will be tested. And if you don't learn those lessons like I did, okay, my business got shut down, okay, my girlfriend left, everything will come crashing down. So you will be tested. If the lessons you don't learn, you just keep repeating and repeating and repeating. Okay, so what is this? Type in the chat, self-leadership. Self-leadership, write it down. Because in this game, you are your own leader. You have no boss. No one's going to come to you and ask you, hey, can you, polish up your brand? Hey, where are your numbers for today? Have you learned how to book those calls? Have you learned how to, go through those objections? No one will come into your room and ask you to do these things. There's only one person who will do it. And it's not even me. It's yourself. And this kind of self-leadership, because when people come in from the 9 to 5, they cannot drop their 9 to 5 mentality. They're still thinking as an employee. So you ask them to brand themselves, they say, no, I just need to send a resume. Why do I need to brand myself? You need to book your own call. No, my company will give me opportunities. Why should I, go and do the extra work? So it's when people cannot build or rather accept this self-image that I am here to be in business for myself. Everything else falls apart. It's really, really not a skill problem. I can teach you all the skills. It's not a strategy problem. I can teach you all the how. At the end of it, if you cannot close yourself, you cannot go and close others. It will all fall apart eventually. That's why you see a lot of closers come in. Okay, 3-4 months later, you don't see them again. Your focus, which is your schedule. You see how I optimize my environment, my social environment, my mental environment, my physical environment. Okay, what are all these? These are choices. You choose to focus. You choose to focus, especially your environment, your schedule. Okay, when you go through failures, when you go through bad days, okay, we will all go through them. The question is not how can you avoid them. The question is how fast can you recover? How fast can you bounce back? And some people, they can bounce back very fast. They have a lot of stamina, they're young, they can go. But the lessons keep repeating. Why? Because they did not get it. Like some of the things I teach, you need to cycle through your system 4, 5, 6 times before it really becomes part of you. Because if you don't internalize the lesson, you don't get it. You'll find that you keep running into the same problems, the same opportunities, as you attract the same loop again and again and again. So if you really look at it, the whole game of remote closing is between you and yourself, right? So what is your goal? What do you want to achieve? It can be an income, it can be an outcome. Have you ever thought how long do you want to be in this space? Just throw me a number. Whatever comes to your mind. 6 weeks, 2 months, half a year, 3 years, and I'm out. Because the lifespan of the closers that you see coming in every day, in about 3 to 4 months, they're out. And here's my mentality on this, okay? You never get out of this. Everywhere you go, you need to text people well, yes? Everywhere you go, you need to communicate well. I'm sure even Elaine has kids, right? She communicates with her kids. If you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, you communicate with them. Even if you're in a 9 to 5, you still need to do all these things. You cannot escape this space. This is a life skill. So when you get full clarity on yourself, you win. Okay, so what I want you to do, for those of you who have enrolled in the program, what you're seeing here is your login. Okay, so you go to your members area, and for those of you who have already enrolled in the 3K challenge and you don't have access to your login after this training, okay, not now, because I need to upload this recording into your members area, okay, so it's not done yet. But after this, send me a message saying, Sean, I've enrolled in your 3K challenge. I want access to your members area, to my members area, okay? So when you log in, it is a replay of the last challenge. What I want you to do is to click on this, and you will come to this piece of document. I want you to click File, make a copy, okay, and then it's yours. Okay, rename it, put your name inside. Okay, you can find someone in this group, okay, in our community. You scroll up, you see here the 3K community, you click. Okay, I have a private Facebook group just for the 3K challenges. Okay, partner with someone, say, hey, I'm in this challenge. Let's be accountability partners. I'm going to check your tracker. You're going to check my tracker. In 14 days, we're going to land an opportunity. In another 14 days, we're going to cross our first 3K month. Okay, you follow through the steps every day. Okay, we will cross the milestone together. Okay, and you can send me your homework, okay, or you can post it in the group if you want to stay accountable to everyone in the community. Mission number 1 is I want you to find time this week, a quiet time of the week, a quiet time of the day. Sit down, clear your mind, block out all distractions, and say, I want to write a letter to myself. Why am I here? Every month, okay, how much I want to make. You know, when did I do this? I did this at my lowest. Okay, at this point right here, once I received the letter from the bank, okay, I sat down and I wrote that letter to myself. How much do I want to make each month by the end of the year? And I know I call this the 3K challenge. Okay, the reality is it doesn't have to be 3. Why must it be 3? Okay, you decide your own numbers. Okay, and why is this number important to you? What is your definition of a closer? You don't just say, oh, I sell stuff. That's a very weak definition. I share my definition here. Okay, you don't copy my answer, but use it as an inspiration and really think on this thing. Okay, don't rush through this. What is your definition of closing? What is a list of external obstacles that you perceive. You know why you must write it down? Because a lot of times there's so many obstacles, and when you are not clear on them, that's when the overwhelm gets to you, and that's not healthy. Sometimes you just write it down, okay, the answer appear immediately. Okay, so trust my process and just write it down. A list of internal obstacles. Why? Why must you overcome these obstacles? If you believe it, you can overcome those obstacles. Okay, there is a power inside each and every one of us. Okay, that we can learn the lessons we need to learn, and those obstacles will be overcome. But you have to write them down first. Okay, and why we must overcome them. Why must we achieve those goals? Why do they bring me meaning? Why is it important to me? And why must I play full out? I want you to understand one thing. When you're writing this letter, okay, a part of your mind will come up and say, hey, but how? Hey, but how am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? Okay, I want you to put that voice aside. But once again, whatever how problems you can think of, I probably already gone through it. My students have already gone through it. That means that it can be done. It can be solved. Don't worry about it. Okay, just write the letter. And here is my example. Okay, and it's personal to me. So no judgment. Don't judge yourself as well. Okay, be as raw, be as real, be as authentic as you can be. Because a lot of closers, they don't connect with their truth. And then 3 months later, they burn out, they're done. They don't have the staying power in them at all. Okay, clear so far? Everyone clear? Put a hashtag clear in the chat, in the comments. What's up, Jabal? Elaine says, yes, it's true. You write the number. I did many times. It works. I wrote on the whiteboard 3 invoices per month, 20K per month. Yes, you have to be absolutely clear on what the goal is and why you're going to achieve it. Okay, then you become unstoppable. Okay, so if those of you watching the replay and you're going through this mission and you're not clear, you're like, okay, you need some clarification, just reach out on social media and text me. Okay, I will answer your questions. Now, I want to talk about the 3 grades framework. Okay, and for those of you in my Zoom, I really, really want to see your letter. Because then I can know your thoughts when I see it. Okay, of course, if it's private, if it's personal, you don't want to share, that's fine as well. Yeah, I just want to let you know that I really want to see it after it's done. And you can change it, you can edit it. In fact, I highly suggest that you print it out and put it right in front of your monitor where you work. Okay. The 3 grades framework. I like to classify closers into A, B, and C. Okay, who are the C grade closers? The C grade closers are the ones that you see every day. They're making generic comments, they're making generic posts, and they are not really putting in the effort. Okay, they are like these guys that text me every day, right? Asking for opportunities, asking for handouts. They are everywhere. Okay, they are reactive. They have this job mentality that I'm here to work. I'm here to find work. Where are my benefits? Where's my entitlement? Okay. Have you studied? No. Have you practiced? No. Have you cleaned up your brand? No. What do you have? Oh, I bought a course. So these are the people that are really, really not putting in the effort. So the result is they always have to be in a 9 to 5. Okay, in the remote space, just one sale, a lot of times can replace 1 week, if not 1 month of your income. All you need to do is to study, implement, and apply, and really work hard to make it work. But these guys, I don't know why, they can't find it in them. Okay. Then some of them, they'll say, okay, I will change. Like me. I started at C, then I was like, I need to change. I need to learn. I need to practice. Okay. So I start to focus and I start to put in the work and I start to be consistent. I show up for calls. I show up for role play. I take the initiative role play with my friends. I record my role plays. I listen. I improve. I study. I read. I really put in the effort. Okay, and I will teach you the QQQ and the AAA methods in a while. Okay, but then once you focus and you're consistent, what happens? You start to move up the learning curve. Then you start to get wins, right? Like you see my story, small wins that start to stack upon each other. And once you cross that milestone, it's only upwards from there. Okay, then you move on to become an A-grade closer. And you know what's the funny thing? Companies, business owners, they are not perfect. Okay, they are human beings as well. So they also have ABC. And you see that the C-grade business owners were not ready for closers. They take advantage of closers. Okay. They're not doing very well themselves. Okay, then the B-grade companies, okay, same thing. They start to take ownership. They are learning from their mentors as well. They're improving things. Okay, they're getting to 4, 5, 6 figures. Then you have the best companies, right? Everything is aligned. Okay, those are the dream companies that we all want to close for. And you know what's the interesting thing? What I found in 5 years full-time in this space is this amazing law in action. Like attracts like. You notice that when someone always talk about something, right? They think they're talking about other people. They think they're talking about circumstances, right? They don't realize that they're describing who they are because we can only see the world as who we are. So when you describe problems, when you describe circumstances, are you really neutral and objective? Or are you projecting? Because a lot of times you see that the C-grade closers, they talk about C-grade problems. They're attracting the C-grade companies. You cannot change the companies. You cannot change the problems. You can only change yourself. So when I had that C-grade mentality, I was like, I was promised a job board. Where are the jobs? Why can't I find a job as a setter? Why can't I find a job as a closer? When I had that mentality, I was right here. So I attracted all those problems. And then I'm in this box right here, the red box. And then I realized, like, after a while, when I level up, I realized that, the companies I attract are also improving with me. And then when I really, after like 1-2 years, when I was really confident and I established everything, I realized, oh, wow, it's so easy to get the A-grade companies to reply. And these companies don't have much problems. And I see, okay, so I'm self-actualizing. I should have changed myself. Okay, and Wesker, my student, this guy, okay, he took so long on his own. The first program he joined, guru style, okay, high expectations, but the delivery, not so much. I think Elaine went through the same thing. They lost thousands, tens of thousands of dollars investing in the guru style programs. Then the second program he joined, community style, everyday motivation theory. I mean, the teaching is spectacular, but he cannot find the answers. He couldn't find the answers he wanted to find. After working with me, I sat him down and I taught him the same process I'm teaching you right now. Sit down, you focus, put in the numbers into your tracker, send it to me for review, go again, and you fail. Sit down, study, put in your numbers, go again, fail, you try again. After about 2 to 3 times, then these numbers appear consistent 3K months. And then people are like, oh, magic. Oh, you're talented. Oh, it's easy for you. No. Wesker is exactly like me. We are both not based in the US or UK. We both don't speak English as our first language. We both have no sales experience. From scratch, okay, we work our way up to cross this milestone. This is Coley. Same thing. Invested thousands of dollars into those programs and then stuck. So again, I sat her down and I said, what's the plan? She said, my end game is to make 30K so that I can migrate to Australia with my family, with my partner. And at the end of the time that we worked together, she was about 2/3 there. Okay, she hit 2/3 of the goal we set together. And that's pretty good, right? That's not pretty bad, right? Because why? We sat down and we established clear milestones. So we know to achieve the milestone, what are the action steps we have to take? Bit by bit, same thing for Elaine, okay? And she's the one that is watching with us live right now. When she first came to me, again, very stressed, very overwhelmed, okay? Her whole face was red. And I didn't know if it was the camera, if her face was naturally red, or is it because she was crying? Because she invested all that money and then they're not seeing the results. Okay, but you see, month after month, because she really put in a lot of effort to improve her English, improve her time management, to build her offers, to connect with people, to find opportunities. Same thing, join team, quit team, join team, quit team. Got this offer, then leave this offer. So she cycled all the way up, okay? And then she crossed 23K cash collected. And then she crossed $50,000 cash collected as a stay-home mother of two. Very bad English in the beginning. Okay, I often tell myself that, whoa, if she can do it, I can do it. Anyone can do it. You can do it. So for those of you watching the preview, okay, now I'm going to go into the rest of the training, going into the how, the why, all the very technical stuff. Okay, if you want to consume the rest of this training, head over to SeanSena.com 3K. That's SeanSena.com 3K. Okay, you will land on this page. Okay, and then I want you to scroll all the way to the bottom. Okay, the green button, click. Okay, put in your $100 and then you can have access to the rest of the training plus all the bonuses. Okay, and if you have any questions, just reach out on social media, send me a text. Hey, what do I get? What's inside? What do I need to have? Okay, just send me all your questions. And then once you're good to go, just join and then complete the rest of the training. I want you to send me your work, send me your letter, send me a tracker, send me your KPIs, because I know, okay, if you follow through the steps, okay, in 14 days, if not earlier than that, you will land a good opportunity. You will start going through the experiences. You will start moving up the curve. Okay, and it is a curve. You have to move. I'm not going to tell you things, oh, I guarantee that you're going to make all this money. No. Okay, but at the end of it, when you can close, even if it's just one sale a week, okay, you already replace like months and months of your income. Okay, so is it worth it to acquire this skill? Is it worth it to complete this skill set? Okay, you think yourself. Okay, then once you're done, okay, I'll see you inside the program. Anything, just reach out and send me a message. Okay, otherwise, I'm going to continue with the rest of the training, and I'll see you in my next video. Okay.